When I decided to retire here in Thailand, I was expecting a nice, simpler life. But I never imagined preparing these walls for paint would turn into such a struggle. Every time I sand the joints, I seem to damage them and start all over again. In the last video, after a little bit of a struggle, we finally got all the ceiling boards installed. So now it's time to tackle the walls using the dot and dab method. So I continue with this method of fixing the boards to the walls for the rest of the walls, but little did I know the problem I was going to come across. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, still pitch black as you can see. Got myself a cup of coffee. And the reason I'm up so early is I can't sleep. Thinking about my kitchen build and the way it's progressing. Some of it I'm very happy with, but other parts is a bit of a nightmare. So, I'm going to drink this coffee. I'll take you inside. Well, as you can see, the boards are all on. So I am making progress. The boards are on and they're all nice and flat and level. The only thing I've got left to do, a little bit up there. Otherwise, all the boards are done. So the nightmare that I have is, after I finished fixing the boards, I used the leftover compound to fill in the joints. But I didn't do a very good job. If you can see closely, see how there's a lip here? So to sand that down, I've got to sand it down quite harsh, and then you can just see the tape here. So when I sand it down, it exposes the tape and damages the tape. So it's a bit of a nightmare. All of this filling that I did is just making hard work for me. So I'll show you what I did and how I'm going to solve it. So the first mistake I've made is the compound that I'm using is the compound that I used to fix the boards to the wall. So it was a very stiff, strong mix, and it was also getting quite old now. It's probably 45 minutes old at this stage, so I was rushing to fix it before it went off. And also the tape that I'm given is only an inch thick, which is what they use in Thailand, but it's not the best of qualities. And you can see I'm laying it on thick, and I'm not pressing it tight against the ceiling. So what I'm basically doing is making hard work for myself, because I'm not doing this process properly, and all it's doing is making my life difficult. So here I am trying to rectify the mess that I made. So I've got my electric sander, and what I'm trying to do is to sand it down as much as I can without going through the tape. So it's not a nice process, very messy and dusty, but I'm getting off the worst of it. So when we look up closer, you can see there's still a lot of compound that needs to go on. So I'm going to have to cover this whole area so it covers all these bumps and holes in the mess that I made. Right, I'll sand it down as much as I can without actually going through the tape. So next step is I'm gonna wipe it all down with a wet cloth, mix up some compound and go over the joints again. All good fun. just come back from a 3-day rest. I have a problem with my hand. The joints in my knuckles very sore. So I had 3 days rest. Also, I had to sort out my visa, my retirement visa. So let's look at the progress so far. Most of the filling is in. Let's give a little bit up there to do, a bit around that boxing. But then it's just a case of systematically going around every section and filling in any imperfections. So it's hard work, laborious work, but we're getting there. Sometimes I forget that I'm an old age pensioner and I'm 65 years old, but my body has a habit of reminding me. So I have to have a break every now and again, 20 or 30 minutes, and luckily I've got this lovely relaxing massage chair, all thanks to my lovely wife. Well, it's taken a lot longer than I expected, but I am now finally ready for paint. So, we had a problem in our house because it wasn't primed properly. So we had flaking bits in the ceiling, as you can see. So I've got this contact primer which will help adhesion for the paint. So I'm going to give it a wipe down with a wet cloth, then start putting a coat of this primer. For the paint, I wanted a good quality paint that's going to last, and I was told that this Nippon paint is good quality. The colour of this is pearl white. Well, I've finally done it. All finished. And I must say, I'm quite happy with the outcome. It was a nightmare doing it. Not an easy job, but it's turned out nice. A lot of sanding and filling, but you can't see the joins. Very happy with that. So, next step is the floor. Got these porcelain tiles. I'm going to have a rest for a week. Let my body recover. And then I'll crack on. So if you enjoyed that video, click a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.